At Miller Angus in Craig, Missouri, they breed performance cattle with eye appeal. We have a large selection of yearling bulls for cows and heifers, SAV genetics and Musgrave genetics. Sons and granddaughters out of SAV Madam Pride, 0075, who is the mother to a $1.5 million bull. Select your bull and we'll hold till needed. Volume discount. Call Kenny Miller, 660-442-6396. That's 660-442-6396. Or find us at MillerAngusCattle.com.
680 KFEQ Middays with Max Armstrong's Midwest Digest.
This is today's Midwest Digest. Hello, everyone. I'm Max Armstrong, reporting from Chicago with news and commentary from across the heartland of America. Today's Midwest Digest is brought to you by McCrawford Flow Meters, designed with the irrigating farmer in mind to the read you need. I'll have today's stories coming.
Sandbagger. Levee. Height, maybe. Oh yeah, that's not much more. You guys got a front row view.
Yeah.
Secure, and Miller Welding is the area's trusted supplier. Give Keith Miller a call or go to millerwelding.com. Just north of Savannah at 71 and A. The Phil's
I'm good, but I feel alone in the crowd.
I'm good. Pass keeps coming back.
When the service member or veteran in your life says,
I'm good.
are you really listening?
I'm good, but I can't get out of bed.
I'm good, but I can't sleep.
I'm good, but I feel overwhelmed.